Five pair of wise dice, then a 10 to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love the proud, look at her eyes. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motions reflect, often mirrors appear, clear, ready for your tear. Crank the rain, rekindle the flame, close to she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Remember, we will not be on tomorrow because of March Madness, everybody's favorite holiday. That's not a holiday, but everybody will be at the bars and restaurants watching March Madness. I know I will be, and we will not be on tomorrow or Friday. We're just going to come back Monday. And I thought about doing the show, and we still may do a recap show tomorrow night and Friday night, just to kind of do it. Well, Friday night, I believe it's the Thunder game. I've got to check on that and see. Let me see, when did the Thunder play? By the way, big win last night. And I know that I need to, because I know that that's going to be tough for us to do the Thunder game and watch NCAA. So the Thunder play Toronto. Let me see. We played the Raptors at 6:30. That's my guy, Ben. Yo, Ben. Huh?
Ezekiel Elliott just got released.
Yeah, no. I'm on the line. I'm on the show right now, and you're calling me. Thanks. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that was my guy, Ben Dillman, High Stake Harry, texted me to let me know that. Let me see. Okay, we play the Toronto Raptors. March the 16th, which is, I think, and that's tomorrow, right? I do believe that is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the 16th. So we play them tomorrow night. So maybe we'll do a show, maybe not. But we're probably going to have to because of the simple fact of where the Thunder are. And last night, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the game, but I was at the game, and here were my keys to the game were to get off to a good start, play good perimeter defense, move without the basketball, and to play within your capabilities. And, of course, we did these yesterday on the show before the Thunder game last night. And then, of course, then we watched the Thunder. I go to the game, and did we get off to a good start? No. Did we play good perimeter defense at the beginning? No. Did we move without the basketball? Yes. Did we play within our capabilities? Offensively, yes. Defensively, no, we did not. But anyway, we did move without the basketball. And so we were one of those four. Well, I guess 1.5 of the four. So we did that. But, excuse me, anyway, the Thunder come away with a 121-107 victory over the Nets. The Nets are now 39-30. The Thunder are 34-35. And we'll talk about what that victory meant because I talked about it yesterday on the Unpopular Hour about how important this stretch run is, who all we should be playing. And our coach completely did not listen to me at all about who he should be playing. And, of course, once again, he cost us 68 points because of who he had in the ball game. And then he had to put the right combination in the game for them to come back and make a run. So that's what he does. The Thunder went in spite of him, not because of. That's clear. And last night I was talking to some people at the game, and I asked them, I said, do you think that because now it's becoming very obvious what he's doing, not only to me, but people they're just talking about the game. They're just coming obvious what he's doing. They're like, why is he playing so-and-so? I said, dude, I don't have a clue why he's playing that. And they go, I said, why do you? I said, it's one of three things to me. Either the Thunder management is trying to get him to lose without losing to kind of keep us higher in the draft order or keep us up higher where we can draft better. Or B, he knows he has a contract next year, so he's playing whatever he wants to play. And I think, or C, which is what I think, or third, which is what I think. I think he's just over his skis. I think he was very good as a G League coach. He came in with doing what the Thunder wanted him to do. I think he was great at that. But now when it comes down to it, and trying to get the Thunder over, he can't do it. So anyway, the Nets were 12 for 41 from 3 point. We were 11 for 33. By the way, Lou Dort hit some huge threes in the fourth quarter for the Thunder to go on a run. 51%, 51 rebounds to their 46, 66. We almost doubled them in points in the paint. And that's simply because SGA was going to the basket and we were in full attack mode. And when the Thunder are moving without the basketball and attacking the basket, they're, extremely tough to beat. And then, of course, 17 turnovers to our 9. We took care of the basketball, which was a thing that we normally do. And then, of course, 17 to 17 and bench scoring. So when I look at what the Thunder were doing, and I look at the Thunder, what they're doing bench-wise, I mean, you bring Lindy Waters off the bench. He and Dang, your 9th and 10th players. Okay, you bring them off the bench first. What does that do for you? Absolutely nothing. You brought those guys off the bench, and I'm assuming you're bringing Lindy Waters in there to shoot the basketball. But your best 3-point shooter is Isaiah Joe. But you bring Lindy Waters and Jang in there. Like I've said many times, our best players are simple. SGA, Josh, and J-Dub are big 3-headed monster. Then you have Dort, and then you have J. Will, who leads the NBA despite him barely playing in charges taking. So he doesn't really block shots, but a charge is better because you get a charge. That's a turnover. We get the ball for sure. Block shot doesn't necessarily guarantee you are going to get the basketball. So he's very critical when it comes to our perimeter defense and them thinking twice about attacking the basket. So that's number one. Those 5. Then your backups clearly are, Isaiah Joe. Sorry about my throat. Isaiah Joe is your 6th man. Then your 7th man is Aaron Wiggins because defensively, he's one of our best wing defenders. And you'll notice when we do go on runs and we're doing what we're supposed to do, he's involved. And then he is a starter. So let me get this straight. You will start him, which, by the way, he's like 8-1 or 7-2 or something like that as a starter. But you're playing 2 G League players over one of your regular players. You bring them in the game and you play them longer. That makes no sense as a coach. So anyway, that's your 7th guy. Then your 8th guy is clearly Sarge because you got to have him come in for J. Will and give J. Will some rest. Then it's Jang because since you don't have Kendricks Williams, he is your extra swing guy, but he can't play defense like Kendricks Williams does. So he's kind of he kind of hurts the fact that you do have him in the game. So here you go, Ace. So it kind of hurts you having him in the game because he's really not that good of a defender. Now, when he's shooting threes, it's great. But Lindy Waters took 1 shot, and in 12 minutes, 1 shot. Because teams now know he comes in the game, he can do one thing and one thing only, and that's shoot the basketball, so they make sure he gets no shots off. So then why is he in the game? He's irrelevant then. If he's coming in there to shoot, which he doesn't do very well except for one game that he had against Phoenix, why are you playing him? It makes 0 sense to me. This is the time you're making a playoff run. And this is the time every other team has said, okay, here are our top 7. This is what we're going with. These are the guys we're playing. So what you're telling me is that your top 7 are your starting 5 plus Lindy Waters and Jang. And then Isaiah Joe is your 8th guy. That's what you're telling me. There ain't no way in hell there's no word anyone can see that but you for whatever reason. Every other NBA team are playing the guys they played all year that have cohesiveness, that have continuity, except you. And now you're doing this at the most critical time of the year when we need wins, and wins are necessary. You're playing G League players. That's why I call him Mr. G League. He was the minutes manager for a while, He was 2 minutes too long. Now he's Mr. G League. And I'm sorry if you're hurting people's feelings, but the fact is he costs us 6 to 8 points a game. And those of you who are watching my show and go watch the games, I hear people come up to me all the time, hey, man, you're right. I said, I know I'm right. He does. Because of the lineups he has in, then he's got to bring in the correct lineups in order to fix his mess that he's created. The players are winning in spite of him, not because of him. You got SGA and J-Dub and Josh are like, we're going to win no matter what you do. Because I've said this many times. Basketball is the one sport you know if somebody's better than you because you're playing against them every day. It's like Kevin Durant when he went to the Golden State Warriors, who were this great team. Immediately, he's the best player on the court. You know who's better than you. You know there's no hiding it. The Thunder, however, are putting guys in, and if you think like when Lindy Waters and Jang went in, I looked at the bench, and they all just kind of looked at each other like, what? The players know. You are losing the locker room, dude. And if management doesn't understand that, I don't know what to say. Second thing on that is that if you are trying to get a better draft pick, what for? We're golden. You tell me you can't find a shooter in the 26-ish range, 24th range. You got second round picks. You're trying to tell me you can't find a shooter at all? There's not a big man we can get in there? The only thing we're missing is a big man that's a rim protector, and Jay Will is doing a great job of that rim protecting by taking charges, but he's not an intimidating force. And then you don't play him that much. So then what the hell are you doing? And we know Sarge is not even he's barely taking a charge here and there, but he's not going to block nobody's shot. He can't rebound. He can't jump. So I'm clueless on what you're doing. Jang can't guard. And when he's knocking down threes, he's great. He can do that, but he can't defend. He can't block shots. SGA is leading our team in blocks. He's a guard. Leading our team in steals. So, whenever you make a run, it's usually like when we made the run yesterday in the second quarter when we were down. You made the run. We had Josh, SGA. Excuse me, who do we have in there? You had SGA, Josh, Wiggins, J-Dub, and Jang and J. Will. Is that right? Yeah. You had SGA, Josh, Wiggins, J-Dub, and Jang. That's who you had in the game when you made the run in the second quarter. When you made the run in the fourth quarter, who did you have? You had SGA, Josh, Isaiah Joe, J. Will, and Dort when you went on that run. Like I said, those are your players right there. When you made the run, Wiggins was in there. When you made the other run, Joe was in there. Those are your top 7. What are you looking at? What at no point, when you sit there and you look at this, at no point Sarge was in there when you made a run. At no point Lindy Waters was in the game when you made a run. Facts. The facts are the facts, guys. I'm sorry to break it to you, and I love what the Thunder are doing. And then to Thunder management, it's really simple, guys. Everybody's excited about where we're going to be next year. No question. Okay? That being said, if you make the playoffs this year and people will get a home playoff game, do you understand the excitement that will be built from that instead of worrying about a damn draft pick? We're good. We got our top 3. Now, you have enough draft picks, you can go get a veteran that's close to our age. Now, we are the youngest team, and you want to stay young, and I'm cool with that. But you still got to get a veteran somewhere in there that can help right the ship at some point. So I know my fan people are like, we want a home game. And then when we're at halftime upstairs at club level, we go in there and they're like, what is he doing? I go, I have no clue because I don't know what he's doing. And I think that the coach is over his skis, and that's how I look at it. And when you look at our team stats last night, the 4 starters played 30-something minutes all, and then your center played 18. You played Lindy Waters more than that. You played Sarge 10, okay? You played Wiggins 11. So your top 5, and then Aaron Wiggins is 6, and then you played Isaiah Joe, which is about what Isaiah Joe should play. And then you give Lindy Waters all those minutes, and he's 0 for 3. 0 for 3. He zeros, no rebounds, no assists, a turnover. And he is a nice young man, but he's a G League player. You're playing look at Jane, 12 minutes, 2 for 8, 0 for 4 from 3 with 2 rebounds. And then you look at Aaron Wiggins. I mean, he can't even get into the flow. When you look at Aaron Wiggins' numbers, when he's playing the significance 20 minutes, and you look at his number versus he playing 10, he's sitting on the bench. The coach he's losing this team, I'm telling you, by what he's doing. And that being said, the Thunder are still winning, and we're on a 3-0, won 3 straight games. But when you look at the West standings, look at where the Thunder are at now. Look at where we're at. Number 8. So as you stay right now, I mean, you look at it, you're sitting golden at where you're at in the 8th spot. Now, look at the T-Wolves. You're 1 game behind the T-Wolves. You're 2 games behind the Clippers. And remember, we play the Clippers twice next week. Okay? So the Thunder are in the thick of it. But if you're playing Jane and you're going to play Lindy Waters a bunch of minutes with the schedule that we got coming up, the Thunder are screwed. And the players are just SGA. And when you do put the right guys in there, they're just going to do what they do. But we're going to be down so far, they're going to be able to do it. I don't understand what you're doing. You're losing the locker room. And if you don't get that, you're too busy standing on the sidelines, pointing and acting like you know what you're doing when you clearly don't. The coaches that know what they're doing that are good, they're not standing up the whole time. They're sitting in their chairs because why? You stand up to make a move. Other than that, you sit your butt down because you don't need to stand up. There's no need to stand up all the time, the whole time. No need for that unless you're trying to direct people around. But look at the Thunder. We're sitting 8th. You're 1 game behind the T-Wolves. You're 2 games behind the Clippers and 2 games behind the Warriors. 3 games behind the Suns. So you're right there. And then here's our schedule coming up. Okay? We have the Nets, which we want to remember. I told we had to go 2-1 in these next 3 games. You have the Toronto Raptors next in Toronto. And that's Thursday. Then on Sunday, you have the Phoenix Suns at home. 3:30 game. It's huge. Then you go to the Clippers, to the Lakers. Now, remember, SJ's not playing back-to-backs, so you've got the Clippers on Tuesday. I say he doesn't play the Clippers on Thursday. Then, because you're going to probably lose that game, but that's fine. Then you turn around and you have the Lakers on Friday, which is a game we've got to win because they're hot on our heels, and the Clippers are right there. So if we can go in these next 6 games, in the next 5 games, if you can go 3-2, which puts us 4-2, which is what I said we should be able to go. I said that yesterday. We need to go 4-2 in our next 6 games. Then all of a sudden you're really making a move. And then you have the Trailblazers at home, so that should make you 5-2. Then you have the Charlotte Hornets. You should be 6-2. The Detroit Pistons 7-2. Then you go to the Pacers. You may or may not win that game 7-3. At Phoenix Suns 7-4. Golden State Warriors at home. You have to win that 8-4. Utah Jazz got to win that 9-4. And then you got the Grizzlies. So you can go 10-4 in your next 14 games. Remember, I said we needed to be 10-5. We needed to go 11-4 or 10-5 in our last 15 games. And we're right there on pace. But if he's going to play the lineups he's going to play against, because I promise you, if he sticks those guys in there, we're screwed. We're screwed. So that is just my take on what the Thunder are doing at this point, and it's very frustrating to me to watch that. So anyway, I'm joined by my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. How you feeling, big guy?
Oh, I'm all right, man.
Yeah.
Been better.
Yeah, I was struggling last night, man. After I did the show, when we were back in there and those girls were buying me those stupid lemon drop shots, man, that stuff was too sweet. Oh, man, my stomach this morning was brutal. Brutal, brother. I'm struggling. The struggle bus is real for me today. Struggling. Clearly it is for you as well. So, right. I know our guy Ben Dillman's getting ready to come on, and we're going to talk, first of all, about Aaron Rodgers. Did you see his little deal on Pat McAfee? I don't watch him, so I didn't see it. Did you see it, Drew?
I did not get to see it.
Yeah.
Fill me in.
Yeah, Ben saw it, and I talked to him about it a little bit ago, and I'm hoping Ben was going to come on real quick to get
I think it's on right now. I'm watching a little bit of it.
Yeah, he yeah, he said that he wanted to retire a Packer. He said that when he went into the darkness, that he was 90% sure that he was going to retire. Okay.
Right.
And 10% sure he's going to come back, which I don't believe that at all. You're not giving away $60 million. Stop it. You're not giving away $60 million. Is he, Drew? Do you believe he was giving away $60 million?
No.
And then he said the Packers wanted him when he went in. When he came out, he saw his phone and realized the Packers did not want him anymore. And I'm like, well, yeah, because they wanted an answer. You went to a dark, you're screwing them around. They got tired of it.
Yeah, what's going on, boys?
Hey, Ben, we're talking about
What's up, folks?
we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. And so to me, I don't believe anything about him going 90%. He was going to go in and retire. You're not leaving $60 million on the table. I don't believe that at all. Do either one of you?
No.
I don't think he'd leave that. I don't think he'd leave that money on the table. I think he'd have figured out something else. But I think from what I saw, from what I saw, he came out of it and saw that they were like considering moving on. And I think that kind of upset him a little bit. So now I think he might be making a bigger deal out of it than he originally would have been. But now I think now he's like wanting to go stick it to everybody. I think that's the same reason why he got the 2 last MVPs. Because he just wanted to stick it to people. So now this chips on his shoulder. I think he's just kind of one of those guys.
Okay, well he can say that all he wants, but he's in the AFC now. And remember his first 2 games. Remember we went over that. The first 2 games are at the Bills and then the Chiefs. Those are the first 2 games.
Yeah.
So
even his division's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean you got to play the Bills twice. You got to play the Dolphins twice, and you got to play.
They better put an offensive line around him, or he's going to be retired.
Well, the offensive line is not bad. The offensive line is pretty good, and you've got a good running back behind you. So I mean,
great defense.
The defense is fantastic. So I mean, he's got a team, defense. But for him to say, dude, you still got to play Mahomes. You still got to play. You still got to play Herbert. You got to play. What's our boy Josh Allen twice? You got to play Tua twice. I mean, really?
Yeah, I think the thing that sucks too is that he said and he said on there, he's like, I came out Friday and said that I told them that I was ready to go. That I was ready to move on to the Jets, and that's where I wanted to go. So they've apparently been trying to figure out a deal over the last 5 days now to figure it out. So I mean, I don't put it all on him for this, but I mean, he did take a little too long, but. Whatever he is, 2-time MVP, can kind of do what he wants.
No, you can't. You can't do what you want. You can't do what you want.
I mean, these NBA players.
Ben, you can't do what you want. Ben, you can't do what you want. Okay, you're the quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, thank you. He's being what his quarterback Brett Favre did before him. You can't do whatever you want in football.
Learn from them.
You can't. I mean, basketball maybe, but football you can't. I mean, look what Patrick Mahomes did when he got all these new wide receivers. What did he do? He invited them all down to Texas to help them get ready for to do all their stuff and work with them for 2 weeks and paid for them to come down. And he did all that himself. Okay? So
I mean, Brady did the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These guys are like, if you were trying to win and you're not selfish, like Drew just said, dude, that's what you do. That ain't Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear none of his nonsense. To me, I'm over him. You can't hold your team hostage. You can't be. You got to at least go practice with your guys. If you don't know some guy, how you gonna? I mean, it's like you and I. If we're friends, how are we gonna be friends if we don't hang out?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys he's signing are all the guys that he knows. So
well, they only signed one right now, Lazard. That's the only one
but if he goes, they'll sign the rest of them. They'll all follow.
Well, but the whole point is the guy that they got in there in the slot is better than Randall Cobb.
Oh, I agree.
So
Randall Cobb's no good. He's just familiar.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry. If you're trying to win, you better get you some guys who can catch the ball.
No,
so
that's what I'm saying. He's just familiar. I'm not saying he's any good. I'm saying he's just familiar.
Yeah. Anyway, Drew, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the bracket, brother. Is what we're gonna do. And
let's do it.
Let me see. Let me pull it up. So we're all gonna see which ones we like. And okay, here's the NCAA bracket. Okay, start out. Do we like Alabama or Texas A&M CC?
Oh, you gotta like Alabama there. It'll be close in the first half, but they're too deep.
I agree with you,
Texas A&M, Corpus Christi's got some athletes. They don't shoot the ball real well.
By the way, nice pick last night.
Yeah, thanks. Pretty sure I did pretty well last night.
Yeah, you did. Ben was just talking about that.
4-1, yeah.
Okay, Maryland, West Virginia.
Man, I've been saying for the last month that West Virginia is a tough draw. I'll take West Virginia. I just think they're going to be too physical for Maryland. A lot's going to depend on
how well they shoot.
That and how the game's officiated.
Yeah, because they're going to be well. I think the ACC is a little overrated anyway. What do you think, Ben? I'm with West Virginia as well.
I think West Virginia's been battle tested, being in the Big 12 all year, so I like them over most of them teams. So I do like West Virginia there.
Charleston and San Diego State. I don't think this is where the 12-5 is an upset. I think 5 gets it.
I disagree with it. Charleston can shoot. They have the speediest tempo of the whole tournament. They average more points than anybody else in the tournament, and San Diego State struggles on the offensive end. So give me the 12 seed Charleston in the upset.
Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of was along the same lines as that, but I did take in my bracket here. I did take San Diego State on this one, so I can't double down. I got to go with one, so I'll do the San Diego State that I already picked.
Now Virginia and Furman. What do you think?
You like that? You like San Diego State?
I like San Diego State in that as well. But now the Virginia Furman, I like Furman to upset Virginia.
Wow, the Virginia has shown that they're primed for an upset.
Yep.
But
they hadn't played well down the stretch. They're in the ACC.
I don't know.
I took him anyway.
I think Furman might be a little overrated. I think Virginia's defense will win the game for them. I don't know how much farther they'll go than that, though.
I took Virginia, even though I took Virginia. Creighton and NC State. This was a tough one for me. I went back and forth.
Got a lot of the Blue Jays there. Come on.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me, but I did take Creighton. I did take Creighton and my guy. Yeah. Steve Alexander III. I did take them. Baylor, UCSB.
Give me the Baylor Bears there. It sets up a good second-round matchup with Creighton, but UCSB will give Baylor all they want.
Yep, I agree. All they want. Missouri and Utah State.
Well, my party really wants to take Utah State. They've been playing pretty well.
I took Utah State.
I did too.
Yeah, let's go with the upset there in Utah State.
Yep, I took Utah State. Arizona and Princeton. Don't say a word, Drew. Just go ahead and talk about it. Whether you like Arizona or not. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it, Drew. I don't want to hear it. Just let it go. Okay, in the Midwest, Houston and Northern Kentucky.
You got to go with Houston there.
Yep. Ben?
Yep, Houston, yep.
Iowa, Auburn.
Oh, man, part of me likes Iowa, but they've been so up and down this year, but so has Auburn. I mean, that's really just a coin toss, but
I took Iowa.
Honestly, I took Auburn in that one.
Man, that's a tough call.
Yeah,
I've struggled with this on all my brackets. I'll lean Auburn with you.
Yeah, you taking Iowa, Ben?
Yep, took Iowa on that one.
Why'd you take Iowa?
I like they have a little bit. They're always an older, a little bit of an older team. Tends to be. I do like that. And versus top 25 teams, they are 3-2 from what I saw, if I'm not mistaken. And their conference 11-9. I like that. They score the ball a little bit more. They do have a little bit better, I believe, depth. I mean, Iowa just tends to be on the TV, so I tend to see them every once in a while on Saturdays.
Yep.
But I do like them just a little bit more.
And here's the game that was crazy for me, Drew. This is the 10-5-12 that I took Drake over Miami.
Yeah, I don't like that one, Matt. I'm gonna take Miami. They have one of the best backcourts in the country. They'll get up and down. They got a better coach. Larinaga is a seasoned coach. Give me the Hurricanes. I got them going ways too.
Yeah, and they won, and Drake has won 12 straight.
Yeah, I got Miami, just the athletes.
You got Miami's athletes over Drake is what you got. One of the best 3-point shooting. I think they shoot more threes than anybody in the deal. So
yeah.
All right, so y'all taking Miami. Okay. Indiana, Kent State.
Gonna be a good game.
Oh, that's gonna be a really good game, man.
I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be close, tight, but I do like Indiana.
Yeah, I do too. Indiana's got too many athletes, but it should be a good game.
Yep, I agree. Iowa State at Pitt.
Gonna be a good game there. That's a battle. That's a backcourt right there. I don't know if you got a chance to watch Pitt play any last night, but they're very athletic, and they got a really good point guard. They got a good power forward. They should be able to match up pretty well with Iowa State. But I'm gonna take Iowa State in a close game. I think this could be a buzzer beater type game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
I took Iowa State as well. I just think just
Big
with them
12.
being battle tested all year, being in the Big 12. So
I agree.
Yep. Think this.
On the brackets last night we did for Kira Drew, I took Iowa State in one and Pitt in the other one. In one of my games I was questionable. I took one team in one bracket and the other team in the other bracket.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I did because it's like, man, that game is, it's kind of like Indiana and Kent State. I took Indiana in one, Kent State in the other. I mean, when there was a toss up, I said, okay, I'm gonna give them 50-50. Xavier and Kennesaw State.
I have no idea what Kennesaw State's going to run out there on the floor, but Xavier's got a pretty good squad.
They got a good squad.
Xavier just because I think they're just probably the seasoned team, and I know nothing about Kennesaw State.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I saw in the BPI ranking Xavier was up over 100, places in that, so I just took Xavier's because I never even.
Do you not know where Kennesaw State is? They made it over.
I know what it's about, but I haven't watched them play a damn game all year.
Yeah, and they made it over Oklahoma State. Unbelievable. And UNC, really, whatever. Texas A&M and Penn State.
That's going to be another good game, a little SEC Big Ten battle. You got a couple of them on the first day. Texas A&M, I just think it's going to have too many horses for Penn State. They've been really up and down the last probably 3-4 weeks of the season. They went on a nice little run, won 5 or 6 in a row, then they lost a couple, then they run 4 or 5 around, then they lost a couple. So I just don't know that they're going to have the athletes to keep up with Texas A&M.
Yeah, A&M's guards are really good. Go ahead, Ben.
I took Penn State on this one.
I think
they're going to ride it out. At least I think they're going to ride it out one more game after winning their tournament. I think that's just they're going to have it. So.
Okay. All right. Texas.
And that's another reason why I'm kind of leaning against them too, because they played 4 games in 4 days up in Indianapolis.
Yep.
So we'll see. Plus, I'd like to see the second round Texas A&M matchup.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Texas and Colgate. We're just doing Texas.
Orange.
Okay, then in the bottom half of the brackets, the West, Kansas and Howard.
Oh, you got to go KU.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's pretty strict. Arkansas and Illinois. That's going to be a battle, bro.
Give me the Razorbacks there. I have too many athletes for Illinois. Illinois struggled down the stretch.
Yep. If you'd asked me about 2 weeks ago, I would have said Illinois. But just the last couple of weeks, they just haven't played too well.
Yep.
So I got Arkansas on that one.
St. Mary's and VCU.
Could have an upset right there. Could be an upset. You know how I like my VCU.
I know you do like VCU.
Give me VCU in the upset over St. Mary's.
Ben?
There you go.
Ben?
Yeah, I was already on the same thing. So
okay.
Not for any particular reason. I just always pick a few upsets, and that just happens to be one on the update.
Yep, that's one of mine as well. I struggled back and forth with that because St. Mary's played really well down the end of the stretch. UConn and Iona.
Oh, UConn's one of the best. I think they've got an outside shot to make a run in this tournament.
They got a great seed number.
I like them.
Yep. So we're all in agreement. UConn on that one. TCU at the Arizona State, Nevada. Who do you got that, Drew? Did you do? I
like TCU. I think TCU it's hurting them that they're not going to get the big guy back, but they're still formidable. And if they can just hold it together somewhat on the offensive end, their defense is solid.
Okay, so
I'm not a big believer in Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm not either, but we still think TCU is going to handle whomever comes out of that, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. Then you've got the Zags and Grand Canyon.
Now watch out for this game, because Grand Canyon can play, and
we know you. How many times did you bet on them this year?
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good game. It's a 15-point spread. I'll be all over Grand Canyon tomorrow. I don't know that they'll win, but it's going to be a good game. I'll take the Zags in a close game.
Now I know that in your deal you took Drew, you took Arizona State.
Yeah, I took
The
Arizona State
points.
tonight. They're playing.
That's what tonight. Yeah, tonight. -2. That was one of your picks, and we'll put that.
Yeah.
As soon as we get done, we'll do your picks once we get done with the brackets. So Northwestern. Oh, did we take the Zags? Is that what we're doing?
I did.
Or are you taking Grand Canyon? We're taking the Zags.
I'm taking Gonzaga.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Taking the Zags. Then we've got Northwestern at Boise State.
Here's another one where I picked an upset. I took Boise State in this game.
Me too. I did too. I was like,
I ended up with Northwestern.
Oh, you did? I was just
I just saw their versus top 25, and I just think that they played they've 4-1 versus top 25. I think just sometimes these teams that play these tougher teams have a little bit more of an advantage, but you never know.
Yep. Then we've got UCLA and UNC Asheville.
Yeah, give me UCLA.
Yep.
Yep, me as well. Then on the other side of it, we've got Purdue and let me see, Drew, did you take? You didn't even do a game in that one, did you? You didn't do a picks between Texas Southern and
San Antonio.
Okay.
Just because I don't see they're favored when they're 14-19, but I guess they won their conference, so I'm going to take them.
Okay, and then of course either one of them is going to play Purdue, and we know what that's going to be. So, right?
Yep.
Okay, then we've got Memphis and FAU.
Give me Memphis there. Memphis is a dark horse to make a run in this tournament.
Yeah, Penny's got him playing over there.
Well.
Penny's got him playing pretty well, doesn't he?
By 20 points.
Yeah, he's got him playing over there, dude. I really like what they're doing, what Penny Hardaway has been doing there in Memphis. Duke and Oral Roberts. We talked, Drew. We talked about this last night.
Oral Roberts is a live dog in this game. They're 31-4. They can play. They can go on offense, and Duke sometimes falls into lulls where they can't score. And if they get in that kind of game with ORU, watch out.
Yeah, this one was a kind of a hard one for me. In one bracket, I took Duke. In the other bracket, I took Oral Roberts. So I'm still kind of up in the air on this one.
Yeah, I took Duke in mine, but that was just,
Yeah, I'm going to go ORU because I'm not going to take Duke.
Ben, he can't help himself, can he, Ben? He just can't do it, can
Nope.
he? Oh, that's hilarious.
Won't do it. This is where I've got a little upset bracket right here. I've got Louisiana beating Tennessee. Tennessee has just faltered coming down the stretch.
They're playing terrible, dude. They are playing absolutely terrible. I agree.
Give me the Raging Cajuns.
Ben?
I took Tennessee. I know they've been playing like crap, but I still think they're a little more battle tested. So that's why I'm taking Tennessee in this one.
Yeah, I'm still taking Tennessee as well. I do believe they're going to get that done. And Kentucky and Providence?
Ooh, another good game. Another tough game for Kentucky. I just think that they've got the better coach and they should have the better athletes. And I'm not real sold on Providence, so give me Kentucky.
Ben?
Yeah, I took Kentucky too. I was really close. If I make another bracket here before it, I might take Providence and just the other one just to check it out. But I do like Kentucky in this one. I think they're just another one of those teams that I think they just got, like you said, better coach, better system. I think it all just works out a little bit better for them.
Yeah, I agree. Kentucky should handle their business there. Kansas State and Montana State. This one scared me, man. I went back and forth on this one. But I ended up with Kansas State.
I'm going to lean on Kansas State with their backcourt and their defense.
Yep, I did too.
They should be all right in this first game.
I did the same thing. Ben?
Yeah, I think Kansas State as well. I think just, another Big 12 team. I think, just a lot of battles. So I think they're just a little bit more prepared.
Okay. Then, of course, next we have Kansas State. We're taking Kansas State. Okay. Then we have Michigan State and SC. Now, I took SC.
Michigan State there. You got the Big 10 and 7-10 matchups are 8-1 in the last few years or the last 3 years in the tournament.
Ben?
And Izzo will have them guys playing. Now watch out for them to make a little bit of a spurt here. wouldn't surprise me if they make it to the Sweet 16.
Yep, I took Michigan State too. I think they both got a bunch of athletes, and I just like Izzo, just like he said, just on the coaching aspect, been there, done this. So I think I look for them to. I think they're going to get beat by Marquette next round, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have them the same thing. I've got them winning in one bracket, and I got SC winning in the other bracket because they play. SC has done really well this year. So
yeah.
I went back and forth on that, but I did take Michigan State in that. Marquette and Vermont. Drew?
I'm going to lean Marquette, but that's going to be a good game too. Vermont will give Marquette all they want. I think Marquette is way overrated. So watch out. I'll have Marquette winning this game, but I won't have them winning the next one.
Right. Ben, you took Marquette, right?
Yeah, I took Marquette, but I'm definitely going to probably take Vermont on the spread. Once it comes out, I haven't looked at it yet. But I'll just look at that one.
Take him to the spread. Okay. Then to get to the Sweet 16, Alabama, West Virginia.
Man, it's going to be a good game. I'll take Bama, but, man, I think that's going to be a good game.
Yep. I took Bama because I think Miller, that kid, is on a mission right now because of what happened. So I just think that they're more than motivated, and that's why I took Bama. Ben?
Yeah, I took Bama.
San Diego State and Virginia.
God, this game might be 21-20. Man, give me SDSU in the upset.
Virginia.
I like Virginia too. They haven't played really well, like I talked about, but I think they can get San Diego State. Creighton and Baylor.
So we're taking Virginia.
Yeah, we're taking Virginia.
All right.
Creighton and Baylor.
Give me the Blue Jays. Come on, Jays.
Yep,
Baylor plays no defense, and Creighton can light it up.
Yep. And
I took Creighton as well.
I'm going with my boy, Alexander. Utah State and Zona.
Yeah, give me Arizona.
Yep,
they got too much.
Me too. Then we have Houston, Auburn.
Oh, I think Houston handles their business there. Auburn just doesn't shoot the ball well enough to beat Houston. I think Houston's got too many athletes.
Agreed, Ben.
Yep, same.
Okay, Miami and Indiana, your 4-5 matchup.
This is gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I took Indiana.
Yeah, man. I really want to take Miami in this game.
Yeah, I took Miami.
Yeah, I'm leaning Miami in the upset.
Yep. Iowa State and Xavier. Man.
Give me Iowa State there to make a little bit of a run. Take out Xavier, ride the Big 12 a little bit here.
Same.
I took Iowa State as well. Play Texas.
Yeah, we're all in agreement on that. Texas A&M, we all took Texas. Kansas at Arkansas. Boy, oh boy.
That is going to be a game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
And I'm taking the upset. KU goes out. Arkansas takes them.
Ben?
Man, I still got Kansas just with too many athletes in my eyes, but I do see the pick, like where you can make. I can see his argument there. I see it on both ends.
Coach Self not being at practice, not being on the sidelines. That's got to be a distraction.
He's gonna be there.
We're gonna see what happens.
My thing is this: if he's not there, Arkansas will win. If he is there, they'll beat Arkansas.
I agree, 100%.
And right now, he's planning on being there, so that's why I'm taking Kansas. BC
taking Kansas. Everybody, you guys taking Kansas?
We're taking Kansas because I said if Bill is on the sidelines, they'll win.
If he's there,
they win.
They'll win.
Don't you think, Ben? I mean, Drew?
I'm taking Arkansas on the upset.
No matter what?
Yeah.
Okay. VCU and UConn.
Give me UConn.
Yep.
Me too. TCU and the Zags.
I think I might have taken Gonzaga here just because I think they got a little too much. I just don't know that TCU can beat them, but they might be able to. I mean, it just really again, it's going to depend on how this game is called. If they let TCU get physical with Gonzaga, they can beat them. But if they call the fouls and call it tight, and Gonzaga lives on the free throw line, then it's just going to be a different game.
Well, my
Yep.
deal with go ahead, man.
But I'll take it setting up a rematch of Gonzaga UCLA from a few years back. I'm gonna take Gonzaga.
Yeah, I think Gonzaga just got too much.
Yep.
I took Gonzaga as well.
I did too. I just don't know what the hell which TCU team is going to damn show. I don't know. I really don't.
And I took UCLA on this next one.
Yeah, me too. Then we have Purdue and Memphis. Man, I took one of each in my other brackets. I took Purdue in one. And
I'm gonna take Purdue's big boy. I don't think Memphis is gonna have an answer for the 7'4" kid.
Me either. I'm with you.
Yeah, and after what they did to Chet last year, I don't think they'll be able to handle it the full 40 minutes as well. I'm taking Purdue. Duke and Tennessee.
See, I don't have either one of them. This is where I've got my upset special. So
you got ORU.
I'm taking ORU.
You got Louisiana over Tennessee. Ben and I both took Tennessee, didn't we, Ben?
Yeah, and then we both took Duke. That's why
it's there. Yeah. The two we're doing a consensus. Okay. Well, who do you like, Ben?
If it's Duke, Tennessee, I still like Duke in that game because I think they'll figure it out after one game. If they don't, if they don't in the first game, I think they're going to squeak by in the first game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means.
I agree.
Once you get up against Tennessee, and once you get in the lights start shining, stars come out. So I do like Duke to beat Tennessee there if that's what we're going.
Yep.
But if we are going off of his, I do like
Roberts.
ORU.
Yeah.
I do like ORU if we're going off his.
I agree. Either one of those. Okay, Kentucky or K-State, Drew?
Well, I really want Kansas State, but I just don't know that they can beat Kentucky just for the namesakes. I think Calipari will have them playing. I'm going to lean Kentucky on a slight lean.
Yeah, me too. I think Kansas
I'm with
State
you on that.
Yeah,
I like Kentucky in there.
Yeah, Kansas State to me ran out of gas there. Michigan State at Marquette. Man.
I've got Michigan State beating Marquette that game.
Yeah, I think I'm right around the same with you on that one. I know Marquette's been battled all year. They've been doing that. They're 7-2 in the versus top 25, which is good. But I do like Michigan State still coming off. I know they lost in their conference championship, but I still do like that Michigan State team a lot.
Yeah, I had taken Marquette and Michigan State both. I took them in each bracket, one in each bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Alabama, and Virginia.
Give me Alabama. Way too much offense.
Yep.
We're all in agreement. Creighton, Arizona.
I'm gonna take Arizona here. I think
too.
Creighton's road in the Sweet 16, but I think it's gonna be a good game. I just don't know that they
can continue to do that.
They can overcome Arizona.
I agree, 100%.
I think Arizona's got too good of a team.
Yep. Houston and Miami.
Give me Houston.
Yeah, me too. For them to play at home, to play in the home in the Final Four, I think they'll win.
Yep, I got Houston as well.
Yep. Iowa State, Texas.
Again.
I'll take the Horns there.
They're playing really well, Drew.
Yeah.
they're playing really, really well right now. Kansas at UConn. Well, you got Arkansas, so
I got Arkansas, and I got Arkansas beating UConn.
Okay. Well, Ben and I both took Kansas, so we're assuming they're going to beat UConn. Gonzaga at UCLA.
Give me the Bruins there. I think the Bruins. I think the Bruins might be playing the best of anybody in the country right now. So I like UCLA to move forward there and set up a great 8-round match.
And you've been on them all year, anyways.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You've been on them all year, anyways. Okay. Then of course we've got Purdue and Duke.
I'm good.
You're gonna take Purdue. You're gonna take Purdue. You're gonna take Purdue over the winner out of Louisiana and Oral Roberts anyway, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got Purdue all the way in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to have Purdue winning all the way in there, no matter who they play. Kentucky at Michigan State. Oh boy.
And I'm gonna take Kentucky in the upset. That'll be not really an upset. Ought to be a pretty good game, but I'll take Kentucky there.
Ben, are you struggling?
Yeah. No, I was just trying to think. Yeah, I think I'll probably go with Kentucky on that one. I think Michigan State would go pretty far, but I don't think they beat Kentucky at that
I don't
point.
think they have enough.
Plus, I think the longer Kentucky stays in the tournament, the harder they are going to be able to get beat.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Then we've got Alabama and Zona.
Man, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it is.
I got Bama.
Me too. I just think they're on a mission. Drew?
I'll lean Bama, but not much.
Not much. I agree. Not by much. Then the other Final Four, Purdue and Kentucky.
I'll take Purdue there.
I like Purdue.
Me too. Kansas, UCLA.
Give me the Bruins. I think the Bruins knock them out.
I agree.
I got UCLA beating Arkansas in that game.
Yep, and then you've got so you've got Houston and Texas next.
I'm going to take the Horns. Going to take the Horns in a great battle to get to Houston for the Final Four.
I think Houston gets them because it's in Houston.
Well,
I think
that was not the Final Four is in Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're going to beat Texas to get
that
to
game's
Houston.
In Kansas City.
I understand that, but I'm saying to get to Houston. I mean, to get to Houston, I'm picking them because the motivation of playing at home in front of your home crowd, man. Kelvin Sampson getting there again. I think that they get it done.
All right. Where are you going with, Ben?
Yeah. If I had two brackets, I'd take one of each of these, to be honest. I like Texas, like just athletes, but I like Houston's depth more. I'll probably end up going with Houston.
Well, the question is, Houston's big boy.
It'll be a tight game. It'll be maybe overtime. It'll be something good.
But the question is Houston's big boy healthy?
I don't think he played their conference championship, did he?
That's what I don't think he did either. And that's going to make all the difference to me. This bracket's going to be. I'm taking Texas. If he ain't playing, I don't think they get as far as they get if he's not playing. I don't know if they beat Miami.
Got a little breaking news here. The Dallas Cowboys have released Ezekiel Elliott in his 4-year, $52 million contract.
Yep, Ben called me while I was on the air to tell me that.
Yep. Then Darius Slay got released.
Yep.
Baker got signed.
The thing is, do they just turn around and re-sign him though? That's going to be the thing.
For less money. For less money,
yeah.
I'll do that. And then on top, well, it depends if they get what's Bijan right now. Bijan's going to the Eagles. But also it's going to be let's finish this out and then we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Okay, then we've got Houston and UCLA.
I got UCLA winning it. I got UCLA winning the whole thing, so.
Ben?
Yeah, in that game, I had UCLA winning that game to going against Alabama in the final.
And then we like.
That's what I had.
Yeah, so y'all both taking UCLA. You one taking. Woo. Okay.
I know you're going to take Houston at home.
Well, no, we're doing consensus. Both of you guys took UCLA, so we're taking UCLA.
I took UCLA.
That's what I'm saying. We're doing a consensus. Whatever 2 out of the 3 pick, that's what we're doing. And y'all picked UCLA. So, who do you like, Ben? UCLA or Alabama?
In the final, I like Alabama. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I like Bama too. If I have to pick between.
If I had to pick between two, that's what I'm going with.
Final score, Drew.
Give me 73-72 UCLA.
Ben?
I got 72-68 Alabama in my final.
I'm going to do 71-69. I like the number 69.
And who you going with?
Bama.
Oh, boy.
I think the Miller kid and what he's going through and what their team went through, I just think that I think they are just ready. That's just kind of how I look at it. That's what I think. So, but Drew, let's talk about your picks real quick, and then we will get into the NFL stuff. In your picks today, we have you've got Arizona State -2.
Yeah, I mean they played their way into the tournament, so I look for them to move on. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I just think Arizona State's got too many athletes. They got good guard play. Like I said, down the stretch they played pretty well. They played their way in.
Yep. Texas Southern -2.
Again, 14 and 19, and Vegas has a favorite, so I'm riding with Vegas.
Yep. Okay. Then in the NBA, boy, dude, there's some games tonight that mean a
Pretty good
whole
slate
lot.
tonight. NBA.
Yeah, it is. Golden State +2.5.
Yeah. I don't bet on the Mets very often, so I'm taking the Warriors.
Wow. Okay. The Wolves +5.
Yeah, at home, T-Wolves that kind of have a soft spot in my heart. Boston hasn't really been playing that great on the road lately, and T-Wolves need these games coming down the stretch. So this would be a nice feather in their cap.
And then the Lakers, boy, they got a big game.
Yeah, coming off a back-to-back.
Yep. And the Thunder turn around and play them tomorrow night, so they'll have a back-to-back, which is good for the Thunder against Toronto.
Yeah.
Then of course you're taking the under, huh, for the Grizzlies Heat 220.
Yeah, with that, whatever reason, the Memphis offense kind of been sputtering lately, and Miami's got some good lockdown guards and long. I don't think that's going to be a high scoring game. I think Miami can get up underneath their shooters, but if I put a gun to my head, I'd probably take the Heat in that game as well.
Yep. Now that we're talking about football, okay, what do you think about the Patriots signing Juju Smith-Schuster?
Big signing. They need that quarterback. They need to get their quarterback some help.
Yep, I agree with that. I think it was big. I mean, I think if there's anybody to fix Juju's antics, it would be Bill Belichick too. So I think that would be good for get him under a leash, get him reeled in a little bit. I mean, I like Juju as a player. I just think he does some stupid stuff outside of the game of football. But
that's dumb.
Yeah, I think it's a good signing for them. They need some help, and they just lost one of their other wide receivers, didn't they, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he just left. Yeah, he went to, was it the Raiders? Is that where he went?
I believe so. Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, to the Raiders. Levante David is returning to Tampa Bay. 1 year, $7 million. Best linebacker that they had, no doubt.
Huge.
How about the Bills re-signing Jordan Poyer? I thought that the Chiefs was going to try to steal him, but I guess the Bills just bit the bullet and signed him. What do you guys think about that?
They got to have him.
I think that's why they restructured Josh Allen and Von Miller. I think that was strictly to get him back.
Yeah, they can't lose that safety duo that they have the best in the NFL.
Well, yeah, and then you just look who they got to play to go to the Super Bowl, so they need all
all hands on deck.
Yeah, with their restructures, they freed up $32 million in cap space. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much Jordan Poyer right there. So
I agree. That was 100%. We're in agreement with that. How about the Eagles releasing Darius Slay?
Yeah, big time. I hope Dallas somehow finds a way to slide in there and snatch him.
Well, Dallas got Gilmore.
Yeah, I'd rather have Slay.
But. Yeah, well, Gilmore. Yeah, true.
Slay would be huge anywhere. That's a great piece.
Yep, and then you got to look at the Eagle. The Cowboys just going to re-sign Ezekiel. Don't we all think that for just less money?
Ooh, I
think they will.
Or you think they're going to go in the draft? Or both?
Probably, maybe both.
Oof, that's a tough situation because, I know he's free to talk to whoever he wants to, obviously. So, and I know, he's already held out before. I'm not too sure he likes that, Pollard got the deal that he got. So I don't know if Zeke's up for that. I don't know if that's his bag. I don't know if he can sit around and, play in the back seat. I don't know if that's his. I don't know.
And then how about James Bradbury, Drew? I thought he re-signed with the Eagles after being offered more money.
Yeah, I saw that. James Bradbury, boy, he caused me some pain this year. That's all right.
Yeah. They got him in, and they got Kelsey too. So that's good.
Yeah, Kelsey came back for $14.5 million. How do y'all feel?
That kind of surprised me, Kelsey coming back. I thought he might retire.
They offered him a nice bag, $14.5 million.
I felt
a nice bag.
Yeah, I think he got some kegs too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And then on top of that, I think what it really was, losing the Super Bowl, that left a bad taste in his mouth.
Yeah,
I think it really did.
They ain't going back.
No, they're not going back.
Nope.
How about
the Bucks got Baker?
How about the Cowboys re-signing Wilson, re-signing Van Der Esch, and picking up Gilmore? How do you feel about that for defensively?
I think the big signing with Van Der Esch and Gilmore, those are two nice pickups. I don't know. Wilson, I could do without. He doesn't really do much for me, but that just says that where they're going to probably lean in the draft.
Yeah. I love Van Der Esch. I think he's a great piece to have up the middle there. I think he settles down the defense a little bit.
He can just stay healthy.
I know that's his biggest problem, but I love that old school neck roll he's still got.
And I tell you what about Orlando Brown? How big a mistake you think he made?
Oh, I don't know. There's always a team that'll sign you for a ton of money, but I know that didn't the Chiefs just sign another tackle?
Well, they signed a right tackle, and they're going to move him to left tackle.
I think he's played both sides though.
Yeah, well, he's played both in a game. the
Jaguars
signed him on both sides.
That's how Orlando Brown started. He was started on the right side. So maybe they think they can do the same thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that Orlando Brown is a right tackle, not a left tackle, and he's a run guy.
I think he's middle of the road. I think he's good at the left side, but he's a right tackle.
Well, the Chiefs offered him the same amount of money that they're giving this guy. He didn't want it. He thinks he's going to get 24 million a year for 4 years. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Gonna wait too long. Stuff's gonna happen.
Well, I just don't understand. Dude, you get a chance to win Super Bowls, and what's the difference between, you're looking at what, 4 or 5 million or 10 million, 12 million over the time? I mean, is that really worth it if you get it? Whereas you're going to get here, you're going to play out. You're going to the playoffs.
I'd rather take the ring.
And you get playoff. And remember, you're getting playoff money. You get money for each game. Yeah. You get money. So that's probably
a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, you get money for each game. So it's like, dude, you get all the way, and plus you get the ring, and not very many people get that. And that could have been your second. This next would have been your second. But a lot of things happen. You get a ring and you're done. Don't you think that, Drew?
Yeah, it could very easily happen that way. I think he'll be all right. He'll.
I think he's a great player.
They'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. Just you guys got to figure out what he wants to do, where he wants to be.
Well, the problem is, I think that he's overthought what his position actually is.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Because if he's a top of the line guy that he thought he was, he would have been signed by now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He'd have been signed by now. But let's take this quick break to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you got any needs for any computers or software to be written for your company to make your office run smoother, they are the people to talk to, as well as they can do website design if you want that in addition. SRB, if you have an engineering, surveyor, or planning, my guy Mark Long is a guy to talk to over there. They're perfect to be behind the scenes for any complex that you might be developing, so to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Jose Fierro and our guy at Oak Grove Trucking, if you have any needs for any demolition or rocks or stuff to be moved, he has the dump truck to get that done. Greg and Max Nafee, appreciate them as always in supporting everything that I do at NAFCO. And then last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. The make things happen.
Yes, they are. And they are an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. But they are a personal bank, so they would love for you to come in and see them. And you can go in and see.
Go down there and see the Horn Man.
Yep, and Carson Wright and Nathan Taylor at the main bank, of course. That's 401 Elm, downtown Yukon. And then they have also 2 blocks, or about 2 miles east is YNB East at the Yukon Parkway in 66. You have of course, they have a location in Mustang. Mustang is growing like a weed, partially because YNB helps those people do housing loans and commercials and stuff like commercial buildings, so they do that as well. YNB Parkway at 1550 Garth Brooks, which is basically I-40 Garth Brooks Boulevard, right in front of the hospital. Which hospital is that, Drew, by the way? Right there on I-40.
That's Integris, isn't it?
Integris? I don't remember which one it is. And then, of course, the bank that I always go to is YNB Peoples. located on 23rd Street between MacArthur and Rockwell. And then, of course, we want to thank them for being our sponsors for our remote live streams for minority women and Black-owned businesses in the OKC area. So that being said, is anything else you guys want to talk about?
Man, it's going to be a great next 3 or 4 days. So get on HuskerDrewPicks.com. Let's get it on.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be crazy, bro. It really, really is. Where are y'all watching the games?
I'll probably start here at the house upstairs in the friendly confines and then maneuver my way somewhere.
And Ben, I know you're going to be doing the same thing at house.
I'm going to move another monitor over, and then I got the 2 TVs in this room. I'm going to move another monitor over, and then I'll have the projector going. So I'll be cruising around the house, and I'll probably cook up some wings, do some.
Don't you got to work too, don't you?
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow night, so I'll get to have a bunch of the games on while I'm working. But then I leave for Boston on Friday morning. So
yeah, we missed seeing him last night, didn't we, Drew?
What's that?
We missed seeing Ben last night at Cats.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering where you were.
I would have came up there and drank with y'all.
Yeah, we were.
We made a surprise appearance.
Yeah, well, I met them at the Flea, which I love the Flea. Then we went to Sip, which Sip, of course, is Sip. Sip is the Sip.
Yep.
It is what it
Nothing
is.
Nothing good happens at the Sip.
No.
Nope,
That's why we left. That's why we left early. Why is there so? You know what? The thing is with the Sip, it's either a bunch of hot girls in there or none. Do you notice that they're either loaded in there or there's none? It's amazing how that works.
They just go back and forth from Cats in there. They just go back and forth.
Yeah. Now Cats, there was a little scenery at Cats earlier, so it wasn't too bad.
All right, boys. Well, have a good rest of your day.
All right, fellas. Take care. That's my guy, Drew.
All right,
of
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
He just loves doing that to me, don't he, Ben? He really does.
Yes, sir.
He does. And then, of course, my guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman. Thank you guys for being on today. Appreciate it. Great show.
Have a good one.
And then
Cheers, boys.
And then tomorrow I'll let you know kind of what we're gonna do. Hopefully, if it was nice outside, Ben, I'd come there to Cats and do it on the patio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna be. How warm is it gonna be tomorrow night? Let me look up.
It's gonna be kind of nice, but it's gonna be windy.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Thursday night, 90% chance of rain.
No, so that's not nice.
But it's gonna be 67. So
yeah, I knew it was gonna be decent, but I didn't see the rain on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be the rain, and then let me see. It's gonna be raining. 50%. It's gonna be in the afternoon. So we may be able to do the show tomorrow night. We may be able to come up there and set it up and do it on the patio because it's not as loud.
Yeah.
On the patio. So we may do a recap of what happened earlier in the day. So we may be able to do that. And I know you can come and hang out with me for a little bit on that. So that won't be bad.
Yeah, I can get a couple minutes in.
Yeah, we may be able to do that. So that being said,
give me a shout though, brother. Yeah, and then I leave for Boston Friday, so I'll be out of town after that.
I will. All right. It's my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, giving us the lowdown, and everybody, Drew. We're doing the brackets for the NCAA March Madness. We did it as a group, and we did the picks by consensus 2-1 or 2-0 or 3-0, whatever the consensus was. We took the picks. So that being said, everybody have a fantastic day.